The waiting is over. Your soulmate is on the way to you right now, my beloved child. Stop. Breathe. If you found this moment by something deeper than chance, know this: a hidden message has been waiting for you, and it is revealing itself now. There is a quiet stirring in your chest because your soul recognizes what your mind has not yet named. This is not random. This is timing, divine timing, and it is personal. Listen closely. The universe does not shout, it whispers. And today, that whisper carries a revelation meant only for you. For a long time, you've been holding space, loving silently, hoping patiently, trusting even when clarity felt far away. The waiting shaped you. The pauses refined you. And now, something sacred is shifting behind the veil. What was hidden is moving into the light. This message found you because your energy reached a threshold. Your heart aligned. Your spirit asked, without words, is it finally time? And the answer arrives gently, but with certainty. The waiting is over. Your soulmate is on the way to you right now. Not soon. Not someday. Now. The universe is precise, and it does not speak without purpose. You may feel it as a calm you can't explain, a warmth in your chest, a sudden sense of recognition. That's not imagination, that's remembrance. Your soul knows this path. There has been a sacred contract written long before this lifetime. And it is unfolding in perfect order. Every delay, every lesson, every quiet night was preparing you to meet love with open eyes and an open heart. This revelation isn't about rushing. It's about readiness. You've grown into the frequency where true connection can find you. The universe honors that. Angels move gently, rearranging moments, aligning conversations, opening doors you didn't even knock on. Something meaningful is already in motion, traveling toward you through unseen corridors of fate. If you felt called here, it's because your spirit is being reassured. You are not forgotten. You are not late. You are exactly where you need to be. The love meant for you recognizes your energy and is responding now. This is not fantasy, it's alignment. This is the moment when patience transforms into promise. Let this message settle into you. Let hope return softly, without fear. Trust the clarity rising within. You don't need to chase what is divinely guided. You only need to stay open, present, and receptive. The universe is doing the rest. Stay with this message until the end, because what's coming next may confirm what your soul already knows. If this resonated, gently like this video, share it with someone who may need this hidden reminder, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what the universe reveals next. Watch the complete video. This message is unfolding just for you. I also want to pass on a time-sensitive message from the moon to you, and you need to hear it today. A subtle yet powerful energy will push you to make a critical decision by the end of the week. You won't find the answer in your horoscope, so don't bother looking there. Click the link in the description to see your free personalized video moon reading. I was amazed at how accurate my reading was, and I know you will feel the same. Listen to me. Be still. Let the noise around you soften, because this moment was prepared long before you arrived here. I speak to you now not from distance, not from shadow, but from the place where your breath began. I have watched you wait. I have counted the nights you questioned. The mornings you rose with quiet hope, and the moments you told yourself you were strong enough to walk alone. I know the ache you hid behind smiles. I know the prayers you whispered when no one else could hear. And I tell you this with absolute truth: the waiting you thought defined you is ending, and what you have asked for is already moving toward you. You believed the silence meant I was absent. You believed the delays were denial. But I was arranging what could not be rushed. I was shaping two lives, two paths, two hearts that needed refining before they could recognize each other. You asked why love felt close yet unreachable, why every almost love dissolved, why timing never aligned. Hear me now, nothing was wasted. Every step, every lesson, every ending was part of the alignment. I was not withholding love from you. I was protecting it. There is a moment before dawn when the world holds its breath. That is where you are now. The darkness did not win, it simply taught you how to see light. You were not forgotten, you were being prepared. The one meant for you has been walking their own narrow roads, learning their own hard truths, shedding illusions just as you have. You have been closer than you think, separated only by timing, by growth, by the final pieces that had to fall into place. Do you feel the shift? The subtle change in your spirit, the restlessness that no longer feels like loneliness but anticipation. That is not coincidence. That is alignment. I am moving circumstances you cannot see yet. Conversations are being stirred. Decisions are being nudged. Doors that seemed sealed are beginning to loosen. What once felt delayed is now accelerating, because the season has changed. I know you grew tired of being patient. I know you questioned whether you were asking for too much, whether love like the one you dreamed of was meant for others and not for you. I heard those thoughts, even when you scolded yourself for having them. And still, I did not withdraw my promise. I simply waited until you were ready to receive it without losing yourself in it. The soulmate I am bringing to you is not coming to complete you. For you were never incomplete. They are coming to walk with you, to recognize your truth, to honor the strength you forged in solitude. This connection will not demand that you shrink. It will not require you to abandon your voice or your boundaries. It will feel unfamiliar at first, not because it is wrong, but because peace can feel strange after chaos. There will be recognition, not always dramatic, but deep. A sense of knowing that does not rely on explanation. You will notice how conversations flow without performance, how silence feels safe instead of heavy. You will see yourself reflected clearly, not distorted by fear or expectation. This is not a love that rushes to consume. It is one that arrives steady, grounded, and true. I need you to understand something important now. Do not return to old habits just because they are familiar. Do not reopen doors I have already closed. The past will try to whisper to you when it senses what is coming, not because it has power, but because it fears being left behind. Trust me enough to keep walking forward, even when nostalgia tugs at you. Your soulmate is not delayed by distance or circumstance. They are delayed only by the final lessons that must be completed with care. I do not rush what must last. I do not build on unstable ground. When this connection arrives, it will stand on truth, not illusion, on mutual growth. Not fantasy. You may wonder how you will know when the moment comes. I will tell you gently, you will not need to chase. You will not need to prove your worth. You will not feel anxious about where you stand. There will be clarity, not confusion, consistency, not contradiction. Love will feel like recognition, not pursuit. Right now, you are being asked to remain open, not desperate. Hopeful, not impatient. Prepare your heart not by guarding it in fear, but by keeping it honest. Speak truth to yourself. Release the belief that you must suffer to deserve love. That belief was never from me. I am aligning your inner world with what is approaching. That is why you have felt compelled to let go of certain people, habits, and patterns. That is why you have outgrown conversations that once held your attention. You are making space, even if you did not realize it consciously. Space is not emptiness, it is readiness. Do not measure the arrival by days or signs alone. Measure it by how you are changing. By how peace is replacing urgency. By how you are choosing yourself without guilt. These are the markers of alignment. These are the signals that what you ask for is no longer a distant idea, but an approaching reality. I am not teasing you with possibility. I am speaking to you with intention. What is meant for you is not lost, not confused, not unsure. It knows where to find you. Even now. Paths are converging in ways you cannot yet map. A decision here, a delay there, an unexpected invitation, a chance encounter that is not chance at all. stay present. Do not numb yourself while waiting. Do not convince yourself that this message is for everyone else but you. I am speaking to you because you are listening. Because your heart has remained tender even when it was wounded. Because you did not let bitterness become your identity. The waiting is over, not because time has passed, but because readiness has arrived. I am not asking you to sit still in fear. I am asking you to walk forward in trust. Keep living. Keep becoming. Keep your eyes open without straining to see. What is coming will not miss you, and as I continue to move what must be moved, as I continue to align what must be aligned, as the final threads draw closer together, I want you to remember this moment, this quiet assurance that reached you before the manifestation appeared, this knowing that settled into your spirit before proof arrived, because very soon, you will look back and realize that this was the moment everything began to shift, the moment the unseen started becoming visible, the moment when the path you thought was endless suddenly narrowed into a single direction, leading you forward into a meeting that will change the way you understand timing, faith, and love, and as that moment approaches even now, I am asking you to stay with me, to remain attentive, because there is more I need to tell you about what is unfolding, about how to recognize the next sign, about what you must do when the door opens, and about the choice you will face when destiny stands directly in front of you and waits for you. Choose how you will step forward. I speak again because your attention is still open, and openness is sacred. Do not underestimate what it means that you are here, reading this, feeling something stir beneath your thoughts. That stirring is not imagination. It is recognition. When truth brushes against the soul responds before the mind can explain. You have felt that response many times in your life. Usually right before something important changed. This moment is no different. You are standing at a threshold, though it does not look like one yet. Thresholds rarely announce themselves with noise. They arrive quietly, disguised as ordinary days, simple decisions, small acts of courage. I am asking you to honor the smallness of this moment, because within it is the seed of something vast. The soulmate coming toward you will not arrive to disrupt your life, but to reveal it. I know you have imagined this meeting before. You pictured the setting, the words, the feeling. Let go of those images now. What I am bringing to you will not be limited by your expectations. It will surpass them in ways that feel both surprising and deeply familiar. You will not need to perform or impress. You will simply be. And in that being, you will be seen. You spent years learning who you are not. You learned which connections drain you, which promises dissolve, which patterns repeat until you finally step away. That education was necessary. It refined your discernment. It sharpened your intuition. Now you are entering the season where knowing who you are becomes the foundation of love rather than the obstacle to it. Do not confuse patience with passivity. You were never meant to put your life on hold. Every joy you allow now, every laugh, every step toward your purpose, actually draws this connection closer. Love does not arrive when you are empty and waiting. It arrives when you are alive and becoming. That is why I encouraged your growth even when it felt lonely. Your soulmate will recognize the version of you that emerged from difficulty with compassion rather than bitterness. They will honor the boundaries you learned to set. They will not ask you to return to who you were to make them comfortable. They will meet you where you are and walk with you toward who you are becoming. There will be moments of testing even in alignment. Do not fear that. Testing is not punishment, it is confirmation. When you face small uncertainties together and choose honesty instead of avoidance, presence instead of fear, you will know that this bond is built on something real. I do not promise perfection. I promise truth, and truth sustains. Pay attention to what is falling away now. Certain distractions are losing their grip. Certain conversations feel hollow. Certain desires no longer satisfy. This is not loss, it is clarity. You are being gently guided away from what cannot follow you into the next chapter. Trust the release. You are not being diminished. You are being refined. I am also preparing the other heart involved in this union. They have asked their own questions. They have endured their own nights of doubt. They have learned humility where pride once stood, patience where urgency once ruled. When you meet, you will not be meeting a stranger, but a fellow traveler who has been shaped by similar lessons, though expressed differently. There will be a moment when you sense choice rather than inevitability. Destiny does not remove free will, it invites it. You will feel the option to open or retreat, to trust or guard, to step forward or hesitate. This is where your growth matters. Fear will present itself as logic. Familiar patterns will try to reclaim authority. Remember what peace feels like, and choose from that place. Do not rush to label or define what unfolds. Allow it to breathe. Allow it to reveal itself over time. What is rushed often hides insecurity. What unfolds naturally carries confidence. You are no longer chasing outcomes. You are learning to inhabit moments. This shift is essential for what comes next. You may notice an increase in synchronicities, small alignments that feel too precise to ignore. Do not cling to them or obsess over meaning. Simply acknowledge them as reassurance that you are not walking alone. Guidance does not always come as answers, sometimes it comes as gentle confirmation that you are facing the right direction. I know you still carry a quiet fear that something could go wrong, that happiness could be temporary. That fear is understandable, but it is no longer in control. You have learned resilience. You have learned how to stand even when something ends. This knowledge frees you to love without clinging. Love rooted in freedom is stronger than love rooted in fear. As this connection approaches, I ask you to practice presence. When you speak, speak honestly. When you listen, listen fully. When something feels unclear, ask rather than assume. These simple acts become sacred when performed with intention. They turn ordinary interactions into bridges between souls. Your past relationships were not failures. They were teachers. They taught you where you abandoned yourself and where you remained true. They taught you the cost of silence and the power of expression. Carry the wisdom forward, but leave the wounds behind. You do not need to relive them to honor what you learned. There is something else you must understand now. This soulmate is not an escape from your life, they are an invitation deeper into it. Your purpose, your calling, your growth do not pause for love. They expand through it. Together, you will challenge each other to live more fully, not more safely, when doubts arise, and they will, because you are human, do not let them speak louder than your inner knowing. You have cultivated that knowing through years of listening. It is steady. It does not shout. It waits for you to notice. Trust it more than the noise of past disappointments. I am not asking you to be perfect when this person arrives. I am asking you to be real. Vulnerability is not weakness, it is openness. And openness is how connection breathes. You do not need to reveal everything at once. You only need to remain honest with yourself and with them. You might wonder why this message feels so intimate, so specific. It is because I speak to you as an individual, not as an abstract idea. Your journey matters. Your timing matters. What unfolds next is not generic. It is tailored to the shape of your soul. Stay grounded in your body as well as your spirit. Rest when you need to. Nourish yourself. Joy is not something to postpone until love arrives, it is something to cultivate now. A joyful heart recognizes joy when it meets it. There will be a day, sooner than you expect, when you look across a room or at a screen or hear a voice and feel something settle. Not fireworks necessarily, but a calm awareness. A sense of rightness. That moment will not demand that you abandon reason. It will invite reason to rest alongside intuition, and when that day comes, remember this: you are allowed to take your time. You are allowed to move at a pace that honors your nervous system, your values, your truth. The one meant for you will not pressure you to move faster than you can integrate. They will walk with you, step by step. I am still speaking because there is still more unfolding. You have not missed anything. You are not behind. You are exactly where preparation meets promise. Do not close your heart now that it is finally ready. Do not look away just as the horizon begins to change. Remain attentive. Remain kind to yourself. Remain willing to believe that good things can arrive without chaos. As the unseen continues to arrange itself into form, as choices align and paths converge, as the distance between intention and manifestation continues to narrow, I ask you to stay with me a little longer, because the next part of this message will guide you through what to do when recognition turns into encounter, when curiosity turns into connection, and when the question is no longer whether love is coming, but how you will respond when it stands before you and waits for you to answer with courage. I speak to you now at the closing of this message, not to withdraw my presence, but to seal what has been spoken into your spirit. What you have received is not meant to overwhelm you, but to steady you. Truth does not rush, it settles. Let these words rest within you like a quiet flame, warming without consuming, illuminating without blinding. When the moment arrives, and it will arrive, you may be surprised by how ordinary it looks on the surface. Do not dismiss it for lacking drama. The most powerful shifts often come disguised as simplicity. A conversation that lingers longer than expected. A shared silence that feels full instead of awkward. A mutual understanding that does not need explanation. These are the signs you once prayed for, though you imagined them differently. I ask you now to release the final layer of doubt you have been carrying, the doubt that you are truly ready. Readiness is not the absence of fear, it is the willingness to move forward despite it. You are ready because you have learned to listen to yourself. You are ready because you no longer abandon your truth to keep connection. You are ready because you can now choose love without losing who you are. When this soulmate steps into your life, do not rush to define the future. Let the present teach you what it holds. Ask questions. Share stories. Laugh without restraint. Be curious rather than guarded. Love does not need to be forced into certainty to be real. It needs space to grow roots. There will be moments when old memories surface, reminding you of past disappointments. Do not fight them or judge yourself for feeling them. Simply acknowledge them and let them pass. They are echoes, not warnings. They no longer dictate your direction. You are walking a new path now. I want you to remember that you are not responsible for making this connection perfect. Perfection was never the goal. Presence is. Honesty is. mutual effort is. When misunderstandings arise, meet them with openness rather than retreat. When joy appears, allow yourself to receive it without suspicion. You no longer need to brace for loss as soon as happiness arrives. This connection will teach you new ways to communicate, not just with words, but with patience, with tone, with listening. You will learn how to express needs without fear of being too much. You will learn how to hear another's needs without feeling diminished. This balance is not accidental, it is cultivated through awareness and care. Do not compare this journey to anyone else's. Love does not follow a universal timeline. What matters is not how fast things unfold, but how true they feel as they do. Trust the rhythm that emerges between you. It will be unique, and it will be right for you. I know you have spent time wondering whether you would recognize your soulmate if they arrived quietly. Hear me clearly. Recognition does not always arrive as certainty on the first day. Sometimes it unfolds as a growing sense of ease, a gradual deepening, a trust that builds layer by layer. Allow that process. Depth is not rushed. As you walk forward, keep tending to your own inner world. Continue the practices that ground you, the habits that nourish you, the passions that light you up. Love thrives when both people remain connected to themselves. You are not meant to disappear into another, you are meant to walk alongside them. There will be a moment, perhaps weeks, perhaps months from now, when you realize that the waiting you once resented taught you how to receive. You will see that the solitude you endured strengthened your discernment. You will understand that the timing you questioned protected the love you are now experiencing. Wisdom often arrives in hindsight, but peace arrives in acceptance. I want to speak directly to the part of you that still wonders if this could be taken away. Nothing in life is owned, but what is shared in truth leaves a lasting imprint. Even if paths were ever to change, what you learn from this connection will remain part of you. But do not live in that hypothetical future. Stay here. Stay now. This moment is enough. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not excluded from the kind of love that feels safe and alive at the same time. You are included. You always were. The path simply required patience, and patience has done its work, as this message comes to its close. I leave you not with instructions, but with reminders. You are allowed to trust what feels peaceful. You are allowed to say yes without fear. You are allowed to grow alongside another without shrinking yourself. You are allowed to believe that love can arrive gently and stay steadily. The soulmate coming into your life is not arriving to save you, test you, or complete you. They are arriving to recognize you, to choose you, to walk with you in mutual respect and shared becoming. This is not a fantasy, it is a partnership rooted in reality. Carry these words with you, not as something to cling to, but as something to remember when uncertainty tries to return. You are guided. You are supported. You are seen. The waiting you endured shaped you into someone who can now receive what is arriving with wisdom instead of urgency, with gratitude instead of fear. And as you step forward into what is next, know this with certainty: I am with you in the unfolding. I am with you in the meeting. I am with you in the choice. And now, as this message completes its purpose and comes gently to an end, go forward with an open heart, a steady spirit, and the quiet confidence that what is meant for you is not approaching by chance, but by design, and it will meet you exactly where you are. Amen.